Rossini's La Cenerentola translates to Cinderella, so it's based on the same Cinderella folktale that we're all pretty familiar with, though it has a couple of notable changes. So the first one is that Cinderella, whose name is Angelina, lives with her evil stepfather, whose name is Don Magnifico. But like the story we're familiar with, she has two lazy stepsisters, Clorinda and Tisbe, and they force her to work like a slave all the time. They're really mean to her. And the prince of the land, Prince Ramiro, is traveling around looking for the most beautiful and also the most kind-hearted woman to be his wife. But he has this little scheme that he's cooked up with his servant Dandini, and they switch clothes so that when they're going around to all of these houses and meeting the noble ladies, so the prince dressed as a servant can sort of get a better perspective on what these women are really like. So Dandini and Ramiro pull up to Cinderella's house, and the sisters and Don Magnifico are talking to Dandini, who they think is the prince, and just sort of fawning over him. And in the meantime, the real prince actually gets to talk to Cinderella, who he thinks is a servant. And, you know, they sort of hit it off. And then Dandini invites all of the daughters of the household to a ball. And Don Magnifico says, well, we had three, but one of them is dead. He's sort of shifty about that. So he's only going to take his real daughters to the ball, and leaving Cinderella behind. So they all go off to the ball. Cinderella's left behind. She's really sad. But it turns out that a beggar that she helped earlier that day was not just a mere beggar. He was in disguise, also checking out all the ladies in the area. And he's actually the prince's tutor and his mentor. And he says that he's going to give her a beautiful dress and take her to the ball. So she shows up looking completely transformed, and nobody recognizes her, and her sisters are really angry that this lady has showed up, ruining their chances at anything. And Dandini, who everybody still thinks is the prince, takes her aside and says, how would you like to marry the prince? And she says, I'm so sorry, I cannot, for I am in love with your servant, Ramiro. And then Ramiro comes out and he's like, how convenient, because I love you too. And then she takes off one of her two matching bracelets and gives it to him and says, if you really love me, you've got to come find me. So everybody goes back home. The sisters are really angry. They don't realize that Cinderella had gone to the ball and also come back. And later on, Prince Ramiro is searching for this mystery woman and in the middle of a storm, and his carriage turns over, and then he ends up seeking shelter inside Cinderella's house, where he meets back up again with Angelina, and they, note that they each have the matching bracelets, and they announce that they're going to get married. And Cinderella is so nice; she completely forgives her cruel and mean family, and everybody lives happily